Hello everyone, welcome to Deadly Shrooms pre-draft show. Today we're gonna take a look at pretty much every team, what they need probably in the draft and this season to have a chance to be top contenders for the PHL Stanley Cup in season 4. Plus we're gonna take a look at guys that could be drafted the first round. There's some rookies that I mostly don't know. I mostly know everyone, but I still don't know like the whole league. There's rookies still unknown in this community, which will surprise probably certain people when they get drafted. Let's take a look. Montreal. I know. Maybe you'll say, "Oh, here, he's gonna tell us what he's gonna draft." No, I'm gonna take it like if I wasn't part of Montreal. Well, it's pretty easily to see that Montreal has three defensemen, and well, they all played freaking goalie before, so could, uh, maybe they could just split the games up in that, but also they're not known as great goaltenders too, so they might want to go get a savior goaltender to just solidify that position and be able to have a lot of backups in case of trouble. But at the same time, we look at the offensive aspect. Deadly Shrooms isn't an offensive guy. He has probably the less offensive skills on that team. He got 13 assists last season with Montreal, but let's be honest, he's not that kind of defenseman. He's usually very uh he's a defensive cherry picker, like we could call him. He's not in the offensive zone a lot. My mom beats me is probably the one with the most offensive skills and will bring something to the table with its the forwards. And Keen on Fighter, I mean, well, he's a stay-at-home defenseman, a bit like Deadly Shrooms. These two could be possibly a pair, we never know. But we know Deadly Shrooms has a lot of chemistry with My Mom Beats Me, so here's the problem. It's gonna be difficult to make duos. It's gonna be fun to see what they will get at what time. Well, first round we could get a freaking forward that would help with a lot of offensive talent because we need goals to win games, and Montreal does need that. Let's look at Pittsburgh now. We all obviously see the pretty good duo of Getzlaff and Perry. They're friends. You can see already they're pretty good friends. They know how to play with each other, and both of them are obviously they're known in this league for being great forwards. They have a great goalie that can also play defense if they need to. So that team obviously is already built pretty good. What are their needs? Probably defense. If they want Niami to be goalie, most of the time defense will be important because played with these two guys. I played with against these two guys, and they're not the most defensive forwards in the world. Fournier is okay at defense, but Perry, we'll see. But that part Pittsburgh needs to work on. Nashville, obviously, they're not known as great. They're underrated. Obviously, they're gonna be underdogs the whole season long. Blaine, he's been in PHL, HCHL since day one, I think, and it didn't really add a chance of being an active player all season long because he was free agents, a big part of it. Now he's owner. It's his chance to prove to everyone he's a good freaking forward, and the season will decide if he continues like he was doing before, or he's gonna be become a good player in this league, a good forward to continue. But obviously, they need a good guy to solidify their line there with Stellar Lemon, which is probably their best forward. Uh, he's not very much known in this league, but a left wing probably could help them. Obviously, a defenseman, since they don't have any, and Mr. White Talent could possibly be the starting goaltender for the whole season. Are they gonna go get a backup? Maybe, maybe not. There's not a lot of goalies. They might go all pretty soon in the draft, so you never know. Um, let's look at Calgary now. Joski and Obey, both of them can basically play anywhere. Uh, uh, they're probably gonna play at forward, and already that is a pretty great line. Who will complete that line? We never know. These two guys we're in Montreal. Is Marshall Vachkin could go to Calgary. And I don't know. They play with her in CIHL. So I mean, you never know with this line with what will go on. Hunter Fox, he's good goalie. He's not the top goalie. He needs still to prove himself as a great goalie in this league, but in this league, there's not many goalies, and he can do the job for Calgary and bring them at a certain level. They obviously need some defense, and that could be a concern if they can't get any good defensemen. So first round, probably a defenseman for Calgary. Dallas, well, Dallas, they might have the best duo on NHL. I mean, they had a very difficult season last season. They had a pretty bad draft last season. Are they prepared for this one? We never know. But Army and Yankees are pretty much co-owners, and they're friends. They have tons of chemistry together. They have a captain, which is probably the best defenseman in the league. They need a goalie. A lot of rumors sends the Angry Naturals to them, so that would be a forward line. Probably the best forward line right now with San Jose that is very dangerous. Calgary is potentially a pretty good forward line. Pittsburgh too. I mean, these teams have good forwards, but defensively, Pidgey can do it all. We saw Chris Pronger in St. Louis sometime well, before a lot like 10 years ago. Chris Pronger, when Al Macinus retired, he was alone. Did it work out? Not really. He needs someone to play with to be at least decent. So Dallas they need after angry if they get angry nationals, they need to concentrate on maybe the from second round to fifth round some goalies and defensemen. They really need to focus on that because they don't really need that much forwards. And forwards are easily in this draft uh, pickable in the last rounds. San Jose. I mean, Anti-Jemima Power Surge Kuroda it's already a pretty amazing first line. As Power Surge able to play a lot, he said he could play one day a weekend. Did it change? We never know, but if they can bring that line every weekend, every time, it is going to be a very hard team to beat. But here again, for the goalie, defensemen, that's the really it's gonna make or break this team. They need goalie or and defensemen for sure. LA Kings. that is the it's a mysterious team. I really don't know what they will get in this draft. Shattenkirk is not the most known owner of this league. He's not the most known player in this league. He has had some good sets with the Islanders last season. I, we'll see. Sticky Fingers, a rookie this season, will be his GM, and Gardiner. Well, Gardiner played in PHL, AGHL for a long time ago. He is not known as a great forward, but this is his chance of proving he can be a first line forward with this team. Is he gonna make it? They probably need to, because if they want to win, well, they'll have to bring a lot of surprises to the table, and because they need at least one good D. They need a goalie, and they need a center for sure, and then forwards and D. It's gonna be tough for them. And then you have Minnesota. Minnesota with the Steelers will play probably forward, and Trojans, which is a rookie, and Sad as a goalie. I mean, goalie spot is pretty much okay. D, if Steelers wants to play forward, they need to concentrate on D. He still needs to prove to this league that he can play forward pretty good. And Trojans, I really don't know who he is. I didn't scouted him since he's management. So we will see who could get first round easily. I can tell you the best versatile player is the Angry Naturals. He can play anywhere, and he's pretty good at everything. Is he going to get drafted first overall for a third time in his PHL career? We'll see. But I mean, I don't think Nashville will go with him. They already have a center. He could obviously play left wing with them, and he could pretty much make this team a lot stronger. But they don't need a goalie. They need some defensemen, but that's not the Green Naturals' most useful position. He's mostly a forward. He can play goalie pretty great and defenseman after, but we'll see. We'll see. And if we're looking at talent, offensive talent, Martin Scorsese, Longton, they have proved themselves in this league to be pretty great forwards. So Martin, left wing. He's a left wing. So I mean, Nashville needs a left wing. Pittsburgh needs a left wing. Calgary could want a left wing if Obey steps up to center and Joski right wing. That he could make a pretty good team right there. He could make Dallas a pretty good team too. He has chemistry with Yankees and Army too. I mean, and we could see Borko Baby, who is one of the bugs of this league, who can play goalie and he can play forward. He's a pretty consistent forward. He's pretty active since he's a bug. We'll see. I mean, there's Ovechkin, um, 08, who played pretty good last season with Minnesota. So he's a pretty good goal scorer. He can make pretty good plays. Is he gonna be in the plans of Nashville? He's left wing. There's rumors. He could go with Pittsburgh like last season with Getzlaff and Perry. Calgary could use him too. Dallas, LA. Why not LA? They need a left wing too. We'll see. So basically, that's it for right now. So have a good draft, and we'll see us at 5 p.m. for the PHL draft. I'm pretty excited to see who the teams will draft. So it was Deadly Shrooms from his bedroom.